Hi, and welcome back to our Cookidoo web series where we're taking you through all of the different features that are available to you on the Cookidoo platform. Now, in the very first video, you would have seen me give you a brief introduction on how to log on to your Cookidoo platform and what you're going to see as your first page when you get there. In this video, we're going to go through how to search for recipes. Now, I'm going to take you back to the page where when you first log on, this is what you're going to see. The easiest way to search for any recipes is to use the universal search bar here in the center on this Explore tab and populate whatever it is that you are searching for. Maybe it's chicken, maybe it's fish, maybe it's a quiche, maybe it's a brownie. We're going to go with chicken for the moment. And what you're going to see is it's got a pre-selection here because that's what I have in my pre-selected filters in my profile. What's that, you might ask? What I do encourage you to do is when you first get your profile or create your profile, go onto your profile and select the preferences that you want to see and that you want your platform to default to every time you log on to your Cookidoo platform. So if I go to update my filters, I'm going to actually select TM6 because that's what I have. I have pre-selected English, but maybe I also want to only see recipes from the Australian platform. And that's what I want it to default to every time I log on. So once I've selected those, when I go to Explore now and type in chicken again, it's going to show me 397 results because they are all using TM6. They are all Australian recipes, and they're, of course, they're all in English. Now, if I didn't want Australian recipes, I can simply just cross that filter out, and now I've got 1,353 recipes that are available to me. Now, one of the first things I want to draw your attention to is this little selection here on the left under recipes. If you click on your little down arrow, you're going to see that you can not only search for recipes, but you can actually search for collections, which will come up with all the chicken collections, or articles. Who knew that there were articles there? There's a wealth of information here, and I really encourage you to take some time to explore these features. Maybe you're looking for some high heat information, in which case some articles that are going to talk about the high heat function are there, or I might go back to collections and there are some collections on high heat. And if I go to recipes, you're going to see some recipes utilizing high heat. But let's go back to chicken. Now that's quite a lot of recipes and it's going to take you some time to search through that. So I want to show you how you can simplify this process using the filters. I'm going to simply go into our filters here. The ones that I have on default are usually just English, and I do deselect Australia because I like to see any English recipe and have that at my fingertips. But I want to show you how I might be looking for a chicken recipe that's just a starter. Maybe I don't want it for the main meal, which means I don't want to go through a whole heap of main meals before I get to what I want. And if I select starter, then all of a sudden it's reduced that 1,000 odd recipes to 90. I might like to further reduce my selection by putting a particular ingredient that I want in there. For example, maybe I also want some, I was going to say corn, but there's not many starters with corn. Let's put lettuce. Maybe I'm looking for a starter because it's got lettuce in there. And there you go. You've got only 3 recipes with lettuce and chicken. That makes it a lot more doable for me. I do want to show you how you can also subtract ingredients or find recipes which don't have particular ingredients. For example, if I press the minus and then put, say, onion, I don't want any recipes with onion in there. All of a sudden, it's going to show me only recipes without onion, and it's taken it down to 79 results. The other thing I might like to include is a tag, such as gluten-free. You can select a variety of different tags, but that's now taken me down to 14 results. And you can just keep going. So I might like to look for an easy recipe, or maybe I'm being a bit more adventurous and I want to try something advanced, something different. You might not have a lot of time to prep or to cook. So you can select according to how much time you have. You can also select how much you want in portion sizes. Now, this feature is a great feature. The Thermomix community has the ability to rate recipes, and you might like to find some recipes that have already been tried by other users and already rated. That's going to show you 5 results if you select the 5 stars. So you can see this really simplifies for you how many results you're going to be searching through and filtering through. You can see all the filters that I've selected are here up the top. And if I look at it and all of a sudden go, oh, actually, I didn't really want to put gluten-free there, I can just deselect them by pressing that little cross next to the name or next to the filter. The other little feature here that's very handy is the sort by. You can press this little drop-down menu and choose relevance, which means it's going to factor in the filters first and foremost, or you might like to see the newest recipes. So maybe there's some new recipes that have come on that you'd like to look through. Now, keep in mind, I've taken Australia off, which is why it's showing me a lot of the same recipes, because different countries will have some of the same recipes. The other thing is I might like to actually find the shortest recipes first, the recipes that are going to take the least amount of time, and they're going to populate depending on what I've put here in this sort by. One of the other features that I do want to show you is the fact that I might like to, let's deselect starters. I might like to look at recipes according to lots of different countries. So I don't want English and I don't want a specific country, but I might know how to speak French, for example. Or maybe I don't know how to speak French. Let's take the without onion out. But here I've got some chicken recipes that are on the France platform, the French platform. On your browser, depending which browser you're on, you have the capability of translating a page. So sometimes it's great to know this because you might not want to limit yourself to just the English recipes. You might try to explore some Italian recipes or some Greek recipes or German recipes, whatever it may be, and you can use your browser to translate the page. Keep in mind, however, on your Thermomix, it will be in that country's language. So you will need an app, which is like maybe Google Translate, so that you can translate that page. But for the moment, let's go back to the Explore feature where we typed in our chicken and we've come up with our 397 results. I've shown you how you can minimize with your filters, how to look through recipes, collections, or articles, and how to sort those recipes. The very next step would be to then look into that recipe, see if it's the recipe that you want, and either add it to a menu plan, which my colleague Jess will be doing in one of the videos coming up, or you might like to add it to a collection or bookmark it, which I'll be doing in the very next video. Thanks for watching.